I went back on contact lenses. I had to.
You went back to contact
did.
lenses
Yeah, I did.
despite having had LASIK.
Right. I feel like I've always felt alone in this. I was always like, no, it's just me. But then I landed on this subreddit and people were saying they were on the verge of unaliving themselves, offing themselves.
God.
What does it feel like having 20/20 vision your whole life?
It's pretty great.
Today's episode is really inspired by real life events.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Aren't they all though?
Yeah, but today especially, so I went through a spiral and I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's
Sure.
talk about it. So what was your day like today?
What was my day like today? Oh my God. I want to tell you why you shouldn't get LASIK surgery. It's coming down hard and I'm going to get flamed, but honestly, reconsider it. Cause, I've had complications.
You have. And you got LASIK surgery. Oh my gosh. What? 10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Such a long time.
Such a long time ago.
And you've had issues ever since.
I have. I'm just one of those people. I did it because I didn't want to wear contacts anymore. I didn't wear glasses anymore. When I did it, I told everyone, this is the best money I've spent on. It's so good. I'm so happy that I did it. Now I don't have to wear contacts anymore. It was good for a while. It was good for
Great for a
2
while.
years, 3 years. And then I started not being able to see very well.
The opposite of what you wanted.
Literally the opposite.
Yeah.
Yo, I was in grad school and I remember so I'm one of those kids who sit at the back.
You were a cool kid.
I
was not a cool kid.
Did you always sit in front?
Oh my gosh. I would no. Worse. I would sit second row so I could feel like I was close
You were a
enough to be
second
paying
row
attention, but nobody would bother me.
You're safe now.
I'm safe. Well, that's why I married the popular kid. Gotta get that social cred, you know?
So I used to sit at the back all the time.
Anyway, yeah.
But I couldn't do that in grad school. I mean, honestly, grad school isn't really the place you want to sit at the back.
Well, you're paying to be there.
Yeah, but I couldn't see. And just genuinely, my left eye was going bad.
Yeah.
I was asking Google, and Google was like, "Oh, maybe dry eyes." Chat didn't exist then, and so I was like, "Might be dry eyes because I grew up in the tropics. It's so dry here now during the
Right.
winter, and so it might be that." And also, I just had huge glare issues. A lamppost would flare out, and it'd be difficult to drive
the light
at night.
from it at night would
Yeah.
Yeah. I've read about that when people have astigmatism because of LASIK.
And then I read that East Asian people generally have more myopia than the general population. So I went back on contact lenses. I had to.
You went back to contact
did.
lenses
Yeah, I did.
despite having had LASIK.
Right. And it was uncomfortable because I learned today, my doctor was so amazing. Shout out to Dr. Rana. She told me your eyes are basically like a hill, right? And when you do LASIK, they basically chop the top off the hill and it becomes a plateau. So it's flat now and it becomes like a cliff, right? And so when you put your contact lenses on it, it doesn't sit the same way anymore. And the glare would bother me. I used to tell you, I would get genuinely sad and bothered by it.
Who wouldn't? I mean, humans interpret the world 50% through our vision.
Yeah.
Right? We're, dogs with the nose, us with the eyes. And so imagine having this constant,
but I've
less
always
than optimal.
But I feel like I've always felt alone in this. I was always like, no, it's just me. But then I landed on this subreddit and people were saying they were on the verge of unaliving themselves, offing themselves.
God.
And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it this way, right? You pay a ton of money to get your eyes corrected. And now it's even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Than it was before. You just can't stop the self-hate from coming through. And I've told many people. I've told my sister-in-law who's a doctor, and she was like, no, I'm not going to do LASIK. She knew better. But I've told people LASIK is great. And now it's 10 years on. I'm like, no.
Never do it. Never do it. Because it messed your eyes up.
I mean, obviously,
messed your sight up.
Obviously, I'm one of those fringe cases, but it could happen to anyone.
It could.
Yeah.
It could. It's a surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut the top of your eye off.
Yeah.
What's that about?
That's wild.
What does it feel like having 20/20 vision your whole life?
It's pretty great. It is pretty great. I think about it a decent amount.
Do you?
Seeing people who have glasses, people talking about their contacts.
Right. My whole family, they wear glasses.
I actually on Friday I need to go to the eye doctor and do a vision exam.
Okay.
And that's the first time I'm going to have gone to the eye doctor in I don't know how many years, and I'm only doing it because I need it to renew my driver's license. No, but it makes me think, like, when I was growing up, I
Yeah.
had braces, and
I never had
then
braces.
after, see, we're both perfect in our own way. I had braces, and then I didn't wear the retainer because why would you wear a retainer? It's not fun.
Mm.
So then I had to do Invisalign afterwards, right after college. I did
Right when we met
Invisalign.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we moved while I was near the end of the treatment, so I ended it prematurely. And
Mm.
now I just got back on it, and I'm almost done with it again.
Right.
And it's like,
Wait, your teeth journey are like basically my eye journey.
yeah, yeah.
Except you don't see with your teeth.
You don't see with your teeth, and nobody's cutting my teeth down.
Yeah.
Nobody's making my bite worse
Right, right. And I
with
and
the
I straight up
years.
have a 10% headache at all times.
Yeah.
Right now I'm a little like, ugh. It's just
I just think it says, like, you know, when you're paying
yeah.
for these elective surgeries for your luxury teeth bones or your eyes, you really need to make sure you know what you're getting into.
You need to like look up all the risks and the
Yeah.
possible complications.
Be your own advocate.
My main takeaway is in this doom and gloom because that's what I had to save myself from. When I was done with my
Oh,
doctor,
yeah.
like I was walking down Fifth Ave and Park and journaling the whole way. I walked like 30, 40 blocks, telling myself like, no, you are not going to spiral down. This is not what you're going to do. You're not special. You did this elective surgery 10 years ago because you thought it would be better for you. And you did reap out those benefits.
Yeah.
There was a period of time, for a very long time, you didn't wear any contacts. You could see 2020. It was just amazing. You could wake up and not feel stressed. And honestly, like even now I can't see. It's not like it's bad. I mean, I'm not wearing contacts and I'm not as stressed as I was when my power was at like 3 or whatever. But you gotta like not hate on yourself for the things that you do. As I was journaling, I was saying, I feel like a lot of the pain that we hold on to ourselves is like self-inflicted. Is because we did this thing that made our body act in this way. It's like we've harmed ourselves. So many of us just can't get over the fact
It's
that we've
very
harmed
easy to.
ourselves.
Yeah, I feel that. I totally feel that. And I mean, even if it's not a physical thing, if it's an emotional thing,
Yeah.
I love that you said that you were like walking and journaling today,
Right.
and that's how you processed it.
Yeah.
Because I
Voice
think
journaling.
that's voice journaling. Because I think we've touched on it in a previous episode, but like that's kind of been the key unlock
100%.
for us for this past year.
Yeah.
Is the power of journaling.
That's how I took myself out of the spiral. Like it was the gratitude of finding a good doctor because this is not the first eye doctor I've seen post LASIK, and I've been told different things. The doctor before that was like, "Oh, maybe when I do another surgery, let's thin your cornea even more." And like, and my doctor today was like, Dr. Rana was like, "No, let's look at the topography." And we did an actual scan, and you could literally see the map of a hill and how high it goes.
Yeah.
And it was mapped out. And it was like, she was like, look
That's
how
so
flat
cool, though.
these two parts are. It's blue here and that's very flat. And it's red here because that's very steep here.
Everyone knows blue is flat.
You wanted red. But today's episode is about, I think it's about self-compassion. Obviously, I think if you clicked on it, my message to you is go check out the subreddit, LASIK support, read out other stories and find out if it's right for you. Obviously, not everyone will have the same effect that I did, but this is my story and it didn't work out well for me.
So why don't we do some takeaways?
Yeah.
A 1-2 juice? Okay.
1-2
juice.
1-2 juice. Oh, I wanted.
So that's the stone beats the bird.
Yeah.
For some reason,
it's a slingshot.
They hit the juice.
It hit the juice.
You juiced it.
You juiced it.
So what's your take?
So you should reconsider doing LASIK eye surgery if you're seriously considering it, because when they talk about success rates, they're actually talking about success rates within the next year. You're going to see well for the next year. And Taylor Swift did LASIK. I saw the video, the cute one where she was eating a banana with her mom. But like, look up the long-term effects, you know? People having their eyesight regressing and then actually putting in like a soft contact lens above it. It's not comfortable. Not nearly as comfortable as it was before LASIK. So that's like that. And you want to journal. You want to voice journal. Voice journal.
Just tack that on the end.
Tack that on.
I'll pick up where you left off.
Pin it on.
Be kind to yourself if you have had LASIK or some other surgery or procedure that you now regret, because that's a sign of growth. if you can't be compassionate to yourself when you've made a mistake 5-10 years ago, no one else is gonna have the compassion for you.
No
You know, you
one.
gotta live for yourself.
No one is going to
And
save you.
you get to be thrilled that you've grown to the point where now you recognize it and you get to do something about it. And that's what life is about.
Yes. 100%. We love you, Normie Gang.
Love you, Normie Gang. Comment down below.
Subscribe if you haven't.
Subscribe if you haven't. And you're
If
not
you
special.
like this video, click on this one.
Click on that one. We'll
Bye.
see you.